Sports. I love sports. And I gotta hand it to Chris Salas because he's the one that introduced me to soccer for the first time. He says, "Hey, come and check out soccer." And I'm like, I'm not sure. And he's like, "Just come check it out." The moment I got there, I was hooked. I wanted to play everything else there was, from soccer to tennis, softball to football to basketball to field, even powerlifting. I remember I used to like everything there was to do about sports. It gave me this feeling of being in control of everything. And I remember just feeling like I could fly when I first got onto my first sports chair. And it was an amazing feeling. I loved the atmosphere. I loved seeing different people. I loved, you know, meeting people for the first time that were had my disability, others different disabilities. I love competing. We went to Houston for soccer. We competed against some of the best teams in Houston, and we went to Pasadena to also compete. We would stay at hotels. We would have a great time. I remember that the next sport I would do was tennis, and I loved tennis. We played with a military, adaptive military, and I had a great time at the McFarland Tennis Center. And I love tennis. I mean, although it was a really hard sport, um, I loved that it was independent because you couldn't really blame anybody else but yourself. So I love tennis. And the next sport from there was sled hockey. Now, sled hockey was introduced to me by Rico Roman. He's an awesome man. He is an amputee, and he was like, "Hey, come out to sled hockey." And I'm like, I wonder what that's like. I put on my pads and I got out there on the ice. Sure, I was scared that somebody was going to pound me, but I got out there and it was awesome. It was amazing feeling those skis and, just doing something I've never done before. And of course, I was not that great at all. I've never played hockey before, and I never even ice skated before. So the first time I was on ice, I was on my bottom. Figure that. Um, the next, I wanted to do more. I played for about a semester and I loved it. Although I couldn't go back because the military guys, they play during the day and I worked. It's a good experience, and I think anybody that has a disability should try it. After sled hockey, I played basketball for a little while. I was kind of like a assistant coach to the Strap Stars, which was a younger junior team, and they were awesome. I met some great kids, and Alexis, you're awesome, Courtney, and there's a few others, Lamar. I mean, they were great kids, and I would just be there for them. And we did a lot of events, and we went to a lot of places, and I was a part of their team, so it was great to be there to coach them. So I love that. And I also did track and field. I tried track for like maybe a week. I didn't like sitting in those chairs. They were really uncomfortable sitting in a crouched position all the time. I didn't like it at all. So I didn't like to do that much. So I kind of went away from track. But I did have a hand cycle. I did love the hand cycle. I was in it for a while, and I would go on the trails, and it was very comfortable. It was a big upper body workout though, I got to tell you. The field events I competed in Oklahoma, and I've won first place in javelin, shot put, and discus, but it was probably because I was the only one in my level. Oh well, it was an experience, and I loved it. I had a couple of my friends go with me while we drove up there. It was a very fun event, and now I'm trying to compete to get better and maybe hit a standard and go. You never know. And then after track ended, I started softball, and I love softball. Like, it was my first time playing. At first I didn't really like it because I was like, it's boring, you're just standing still. But after a while, it was awesome. We went to, I believe, Pasadena also to compete, and we won like second place. And my team was great, and we just had a lot of fun. I After soccer, I mean, I've always been very athletic, so I work out all the time, and I decided to do powerlifting, which I've never done before. And I went to Oklahoma and I tried it, and I loved it. And so now I'm training for powerlifting right now. I can lift about 105, but my trainer says that hopefully I'll be like almost close to more than half of that if I keep my form better. So we shall see. We also played football. Of course, it was tag football, but still, it was intense. I've never played football before. I never knew the rules, but I got out there and I loved it. I I could throw a ball. I
Got
learned,
it.
but it was awesome.